morning everybody, welcome to today's class, the start of a new week. I hope you haven't all been melting all weekend like I have and you've been enjoying the sunshine. Let's get started with today's class. So let's just start with a little stretch out, sort of through the back, a nice breathing exercise. So interlace those fingers. Bring the arms out in front, circling the arms, just curving the back and dropping that head through. Holding here to take nice deep breaths. Drop those arms, take them behind you. Pull the arms back, lift the chest. Each one again, circling these arms, dropping the head. Dropping the arms, take them behind. Lifting the chest. Relaxing there, we're going to go onto our backs for our breathing. So I just want you to lay on your back, looking up to the ceiling, knees are bent, feet are on the floor. We want to be in our neutral position, so you've got to curve through the lower back. Just big enough to be able to get part of your hand underneath. And we're just going to be taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of those hips. You're keeping them nice and level. Imagine you've got a torch on each hip bone, they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping your upper body nice and relaxed. The shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. Keeping the weight evenly placed to your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just gently tightening in the tummy. From here, as you breathe out, you're going to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening that lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding here. And releasing out. So as you're tucking under, you're trying to find that nice strong flat back position. Using your tummy muscles and your pelvis to move. So try and avoid squeezing your bottom. next one, I want you to hold that flat back position. So holding your flat back, we're going to start to really tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. So tighten all the way in and release. Tightening in and release. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder. Your back is slightly flatter into the floor. Remember, you want that sensation stopping a wee mid-flow. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we still want to keep the upper body nice and relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. We're keeping the tummy nice and tight. You're pulling your belly button all the way down. Just remembering to keep that weight even through the feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. We're going to half one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle tightening, something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're going to bring those legs up into tabletop. So bring your knees above your hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. And we're going to go into toe tap. So from here you're going to tap one toe down towards the floor and lift up, swapping sides, tap down and lift, tapping down and lift. So you've got both legs lifted here. Keeping that flat back nice and strong, tightening the tummy, using the pelvic floor. Shoulders are relaxed. Deep breaths. Let's take 2 more on each side. We're tapping down and lift. Tapping down and lift. Last one each side. Tap down and lift. Tapping down and lift. From there you're hugging those knees in towards your chest. And then we're going to go onto our hands and knees for our stretch through our back. So we're going to take the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and have the tummy already nice and tightened. From here, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, so we're curving the back. Arching the spine, we're going to drop the head. Holding there to take a deep breath in. And we're going to release back out through the spine. And we lift the head. So we're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine, piece by piece. And the head lifts. So we're just going to take our time to move through the back. Getting lots of movement in the spine, working into each section of your back, piece by piece. So just slowing down any areas that are feeling really stiff or sore. Just taking your time to move through them. Working into each vertebrae one by one. So as we're tucking under and curving the back, we're pulling the tummy all the way in. And as you're releasing through the spine, let those shoulders go away from the ears. Got two more here. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head, we hold. Releasing out piece by piece through the spine. And lifting the head. We've got one more here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold. And we're releasing out through the spine. And the head lifts. From there, we're going to go back into a shell stretch. So bottom to your feet. Reach those arms out in front. And then we're going to be laying on our sides for our chest opening stretch. So take those knees bent, stacked up, arms are long and the hands are palm to palm, just rest that head down. So we're going to lift the top arm up so your fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're going to twist away, opening up the chest. Holding here, take your nice long stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling, taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here for your stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. So we're keeping those legs glued together and grounded. Making sure this twist is coming through your waist. Taking nice deep breaths. Stretching from the fingertips all the way into the armpit with that arm. So you're getting a nice open position through the chest. We're looking at that hand for as long as we can. So we're getting a really good range of movement through the neck. Let's take 2 more here. Lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. We're twisting away. We hold. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. One more time, lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From here we're going to swap sides. So you can either roll over to face the other way, or switch the end of your mat that you're laying at. So again, those legs are stacked on top of one another. Knees are bent, arms are long. Palm to palm with the hands. The top arm is lifting, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. Holding here for your stretch. Before lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twist away, we hold. We're lifting up. All the way up and over. To come down palm to palm. So remember, those legs stay glued together. They stay grounded. Getting that twist through your waist. Taking nice deep breaths. Stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. Opening up into the chest. We're looking at that hand for as long as we can. Making sure both sides of the head have a good range of movement here. You've got got 2 more on this side. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, and we're twisting away. We're holding, before lifting back up and over, to come down palm to palm. One more here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. We're twisting away, we hold. Before coming back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From there we're taking a full body stretch. So reaching nice and long through the arms and the legs. You can roll onto your back if you need to. We're going to be on our backs for the next exercise, but if you need to grab a drink, then you can. So as you come onto your back, we're taking the knees bent, feet on the floor. And we want to be in a neutral position. So you want to have your knees bent with your feet on the floor and that slight curve underneath the lower back. That's what we're looking for here. Arms are just resting down beside you and you should be looking up towards the ceiling. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and we nod the head, chin to chest. As you exhale, you're going to pull your tummy in to lift your shoulders up from the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we hold. Control back down. So you're pulling the tummy all the way down to give you this lift up from the floor. So tightening with the belly button. Got this chin to chest position to keep the neck nice and relaxed. So big nod of the head, then give yourself that tightening in the tummy. Arms are reaching long, so that's keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Try to keep that pelvic floor nice and tightened. Let's take 2 more here before changing the arms. So we're chin to chest, lifting up, we hold, control back down. Last one here, chin to chest, lifting up, we hold, control back down. So we're still going to go with our chin to chest position and our lifting up, but what we're going to be doing is reaching over towards the opposite knee with one hand. Coming back down through the centre, swapping sides, chin to chest, lifting up, reaching over towards that knee. Control back down. So you can support the head here if you need to. Obviously then you're just taking one hand away for that reach. Make sure whichever position you're using, you've got that chin to chest movement to keep the neck relaxed. Tummy and pelvic floor stay nice and tightened. Those arms are long and reaching all the way over. Breathe. We've got 2 more on each side, chin to chest. Lifting up, you're reaching over. Center and down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we're reaching over. Center and down. One more time on each side, chin to chest. And lift. We reach. Come back to the center and down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we reach. Back to the center and down. From there, you're just going to hug those knees in towards your chest. And then we're going to be either on the knees or on your front, whichever you prefer. Grab a drink if you need one. So if you don't like being on your knees, bearing weight on your knees, or it's just uncomfortable for you, then you can lay on your front. And then you're just laying nice and long with those hands mat width apart, in line with your ears. If you're okay with being on your knees, then as you kneel up, just get them underneath your hips. Try and be nice and tall through your upper body. Your lower legs just resting behind you. You should be able to see mine there. And if you know you suffer from quite bad cramp, you're just going to tuck those toes under like I'm doing right now. So arms are long and resting, shoulders are relaxed. Just taking a slight nod of your head to that chin to chest position. Keep this tummy nice and tightened throughout. So as you're taking a nice deep breath in, pulling the tummy in, you're going to start to lean back through the knees. Exhale, squeeze the bottom to come back up. Leaning away. Squeeze and lift. Leaning away. Squeeze and lift. So my lean isn't very big. That doesn't mean that yours can't be bigger. So if you want to make yours a lot more of a bigger movement, then as you're leaning back, you should really feel that fire up through the front of the thighs, through your quads. Just make sure you're really tightened through the tummy. You're using that squeeze of your bottom to drive you back up. Deep breaths. Keep those shoulders relaxed. We've got 2 more here, then we'll add some more movement in. Last one here, we're leaning back. Squeeze and lift. So if you're in your front, as you're lifting now, you're going to take both of the forearms away from the floor as you're lifting. If you're kneeling, then we're going to take those hands in front of the chest. We did a similar thing last week, but this time as you lean and twist, you're going to take one arm away and you're looking towards those fingertips. Back to the centre and lift. Lean and twist. Take that hand with you. Back to the centre. So again, my movement here is really small, especially my lean. You can make that much bigger if you want to. So I want you to look at the hand as you're taking that twist and taking the hand away. You should still be tightening in that tummy. Squeezing in your bottom to lift you up. Try and keep that breath as inhale back. Exhale to lift. Inhale back. Exhale to lift. Got 2 more on each side. Lean back and twist. Come back to the centre. Lean back and twist. Back to the centre. 1 more time on each side. Lean back and twist. Back to the centre. Lean back and twist. Back to the centre. Whichever movement you've been doing, I want you to come into a shell stretch position. So you're pushing your bottom back to your feet and reaching those arms out in front. And from there, we're going to be on our backs for the 100, but of course if you need a drink, then grab one. Oh, excuse me. So as you're laying on your back, we're going to find a flattened position. Just for now, keep your legs comfortable and I'll talk you through them all the way together. So you will be in a flattened position, tucked under and losing that gap under the lower spine. From there, your legs are going to come up into a tabletop position. So your knees are above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. If you want to make that more difficult, then start to take your knees and angle away from your hips, keeping your shins parallel to the ceiling and your back nice and flat. If that's confusing or doesn't make sense, stay in your flat back position. From there, you're going to be going chin to chest, lifting those shoulders up and your arms will just come nice and long. We're going to be taking our beats up and down. We're going to change the way that your hands face. So as you're breathing in, your palms will face the floor. As you're breathing out, your palms will face the ceiling. So we'll be going inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. From there, we're going to take the hands behind the head. We're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards those legs. So just nice little sit-ups here. Your legs will still be lifted. Then you're going to be gluing those legs together, resting your head down so you're looking up to the ceiling. And we're going to do 2 sets of 8, tipping the legs over to the side and the centre. So sometimes we do this right at the beginning of the class. So we've got 2 sets of 8 here. It will feel like it goes on forever, but I'll count for you. Then from there, you're going to be hugging those knees in and taking a full body stretch. So find your nice strong flat back position, really tucking under, lose that gap. From there, lift your legs up into tabletop. So knees above your hips, shins are parallel to the ceiling. We're going to nod the head, lift those shoulders, take your arms nice and long. Here we go, and we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, take those hands behind your head. You've got sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your head down, shoulders down, take those legs together. You're tipping over, release that hip. And centre. Tipping over. And centre. Keep the shoulders down, tipping over. And centre. tipping over. And centre, use that tummy, tipping over. And centre, tipping over. And centre, nice deep breaths, we're tipping over, nice and slowly. And centre, tip over. And centre, you've got 8 more here, tip over. And centre, tipping over. And centre, tipping over. And centre, tipping over. And centre, 4 more, tipping over. And centre, tipping over. And centre, last 2, tipping over. And centre, 1 more, tip over. And centre. From there, we're going to hug those knees into the chest. And take yourself into a nice full body stretch. Good, from here we're going to come into some stretching. So bring yourself up, grab yourself that drink if you need any. Good, so we're going to go into the mermaid stretch, which we've done quite a few times before, but not for a little while. I'm just going to be raised up as I do this. So bring yourself to a seated position. So we've got full mermaid with the legs, or like a half mermaid, I suppose, position. It doesn't matter which one you do here. It's more about the stretch to the sides and the position through your legs. So your full mermaid is with one leg bent in front of you and the other leg bent behind. I can't demonstrate very well with that behind leg, but it'll be tucked behind you, basically. That's your full mermaid. If you're not able to do that, if it hurts your hips, if you find it uncomfortable, come into cross legs. You still want to have that one leg in front and one leg behind. So you can be sat on the floor. If you want to be raised up like I am on either an arc barrel or a step or cushion or something, then you obviously can. So the hand that's on the same side as the front leg is going to be hanging down towards the floor, probably touching if you're already sitting on your mat. The hand that's the same side as your back leg is going to be reaching long and away from you. So you're going to lean towards that long arm. Then we want to reach all the way up and over. This hand should touch the floor. And we're sliding away. So you might need to shimmy down to one end of the floor. You're going to hold a nice stretch up and over here. If you're flexible enough and comfortable enough, drop down onto the forearm of your bottom arm. And we're just holding here to take nice deep breaths in and out. Dropping that head, reaching the arm. Lifting back, up and over. We're going to go again, reaching away. And reach all the way up and over. Slide that arm away. Stretching nice and long. Breathe. Come back up and over. We're going to do one more on this side. We're reaching long and away. Come all the way up and over as that hand slides. Holding here as you stretch. going to do the other side. So if you're a bit cramped for space, you might just shimmy along the side of your mat a little bit. Obviously here we need to swap those legs. So I'm going to have a different leg in front and a different leg behind. So that full mermaid, that leg is tucked behind you, like so. Front leg is just tucked in front towards your crotch. Otherwise you're in cross legs, but remember you still want that front and back leg differentiation. So on one side it'll feel a little bit weird if you're in cross legs, because you'll always favour one side more than the other. But that doesn't matter too much here. So remember you've got one hand hanging down, the other arm reaching away. So you're going to reach towards that hand all the way up and over. And start to slide your hand along the floor and reach the other arm away. Just taking that really nice deep breath. Stretching that side. Letting your head drop down. Come back up and over. And again, reaching long. Lift up and over, sliding that hand away. Back up and over. But one more here. Reach long and lift. Sliding that arm away. Coming up and over. Good, from here we're going to take another stretch. So we're just going to bring, again cross-legged, but just bring one foot so that the foot is on the floor and the knees bent. It doesn't matter which leg it is because we're going to do both sides. And you're crossing those legs over as much as you can. What you're going to do is hold on to the side of the knee, so the outside of the knee, not on top of the kneecap or on it, and just start to pull your body around towards that side. Take this free hand behind you onto the floor. And again, just looking over that shoulder. Nice deep breaths. Keeping the legs the same. This time take the hand onto the front of the leg underneath the knee. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. And then take your free hand behind, twisting yourself away. Relax. Just swapping the legs. So the one that you've had lifted is tucked under. Tucked under one is lifted. So taking hold of the outside of your leg, twisting around to the other hand behind. Holding there. So you're basically twisting to the same side twice in a row, but you're stretching different muscles. Relaxing there, take hold of the front knee, just away from the leg. relaxing there. We're coming into our frog pose. I'm just going to let those legs bounce up and down. Just little quick bounces. Sitting nice and tall. Relax those bounces and take hold of the ankles to lean forwards. Here is where you can push those elbows in towards your legs, opening out through the hips. Good, from there relaxing, take a drink if you need one. From there we're going to go straight onto our hands and knees. So I'll just pop this to the side. Okay, so on your hands and knees, just going to do a little bit of work through the legs. You're going to have to bear with me, I'm probably going to be talking through the stuff a lot more than actually doing it. So I'm quite sore through my pelvic region at the moment, but we'll go for it anyway. So with your hands into your shoulders, knees into the hips, you can drop onto your forearms here if you need to relax in those wrists. That's completely up to you, definitely a personal preference thing. We're going to go into our donkey kicks back, which we've done loads of times before. So we're going to do 10 on each side, and then we'll relax and do 10 more on each side. So what we're going to be doing is lifting that leg up as high as you can go. Think of it like a right ankle position ideally. If the movement is smaller, that doesn't matter. Here we go. We're lifting up and down. Lift and down. We're lifting up and down. Lift and down. Lifting up and down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. We're lifting up and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relaxing there. Other side. Lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, up and down, halfway, lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. Last two, lift and down, lift and down, relaxing there. Got 10 more on each side. Here we go again. We're lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, halfway, lift and down, lift and down, lifting up and down. Last two, lift and down, lift and down. Other side. Lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, lift and down, lifting up and down, halfway, lift and down, lift and down. You're lifting up and down, lift and down. Last two, lift and down, lift and down. Relaxing there, take a stretch and roll those wrists if you need to. Staying on those hands and knees, so again you can drop onto your forearms if that's more comfortable for you. This time what we're going to be doing is taking our leg out nice and long and behind us with the foot flexed. We're then going to lift that leg up long, down, bring it in. Swapping sides, taking it out, lift, down and in. So don't mind how high or low that leg lifts, as long as your pelvis stays nice and still. You want that length, so your leg is going to come out long with the toes tucked under. Think about it if you're going to step into that plank position. So take it out long, lift the leg, down and in. You can be on your forearms here if you need to. Long, lift, down and in. Long, lift, down and in. Nice deep breath. Lift, down, and in. So you should also be getting a nice stretch to the back of the leg as you're taking it out behind you with those toes flexed. Yours is obviously lifting from the floor. 2 more on each side. Long, lift, down, and in. Long, lift, down, and in. Last one each side. Long, lift, down, and in. Long, lift, down, and in. Relaxing there and roll through those wrists. Excuse me. Staying on our hands and knees, front knee lifts. We're all going to be on forearms here just to give those wrists a nice relax. So remember that you want those forearms parallel with one another, so they shouldn't be touching or splaying out. Knees are again under your hips and your toes are tucked under here. As you breathe out, you're pressing into your arms and your feet, pulling your tummy in to lift your knees off just an inch or so. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Lift up and down. Lifting up and down. Excuse me. So you're thinking, tummy muscles are lifting me here. Hands and feet are there for support. We're keeping that head in line with the rest of the body. So making sure you're not dropping the head or forcing the head up. You're looking straight down towards your mat. Got 4 more here. We're lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last 2, lift up and down. Lifting up and down. Push yourself back into a shell stretch. Roll through those wrists. Good, okay, we're going to go into our planks here. And what we're going to do is we're going to come into our downward dog type position before we come into our plank. So you can do this on your forearms if you need to, but hopefully they're a little bit rested from being on them. Doesn't matter if not though. So you're going to bring your upper body, or your hands or your arms to the further forwards and your knees a little bit further back. So you're already slightly out of line with your body. From there, you need to push into your hands and your feet to lift your bottom up as high as you can go. Hopefully you're a lot higher than I am. Just taking a nice stretch through those legs. Take a little walk out through the feet as well. Really increasing that nice stretch through the calves. Then you're going to be dropping yourself into a plank. So your knees will stay lifted, coming into your nice long plank position. Just hold for your breath in and out. And then control back down. So obviously I'm putting my knees down for the plank because I can't do a full plank at the moment. And then when you're ready, you're going again, pushing those bottoms up nice and high. Walking through the feet, pushing those heels down. When you're ready, bringing yourself forwards into that nice long plank position. Breath in and out here. And relax down. So you're keeping these going at your own pace. So I really want you to think about is getting the stretch in the back of your legs as you go into that downward dog. So your bottom's nice and high. You're in almost a triangular position. Forcing those heels towards the floor if you can. Feel that stretch. You're taking the walk through the feet to try and lengthen through the back of the calves, okay? Again, you can be on your forearms, you're just going to be a little closer to the floor. Once you finish there and you transition into your full plank position, just think about making sure your bottom comes with you. So don't leave it behind so it's really high, but remember we're not letting it drop. but you'll put pressure in that lower back. So you want to be in that nice long line. Tighten your tummy and squeeze your bottom. Breathe whilst you're there. So you shouldn't be holding your breath. Keep strong in that plank, just holding for a breath in and out before you come back down. So make sure if you are on your forearms, that again, you're still getting a high position with the bottom. It won't be as high, and you'll feel really close to the floor, but you still want to have that triangular position in your body shape. Just relaxing in those wrists. Just making sure that bottom comes up as high as it can. Feel like you're forcing those heels to the floor, walking in those legs. Remember, when you're ready, you're coming into that plank, holding for that breath in and out, and relax. Let's take 2 more here. Push up into that downward dog position. Holding there, take that walk out through the feet. When you're ready, bring yourself forwards into that plank position. Breathing in and out. Relaxing down. We've only got 1 more here. Pushing that bottom up nice and high. Feeling that downward dog position, stepping through those feet. When you're ready, bring yourself forwards into that plank position. Tighten the tummy, squeeze the bottom. And relaxing down. From there again, just roll through those wrists, especially if you have it on long arms. And as you finish stretching, just bring yourself into either a seated and knelt or a standing position. It's completely up to you, whichever you find the most comfortable. As long as you're able to just keep that upper body nice and tall as we go into our last stretch. Just going to be rolling those shoulders back. And forwards. Get those arms out nice and long. We're lifting up and over. Coming back to the centre. Swapping sides, lift up. Bend over. One more time on each side, we're lifting up. And over. We're lifting up and over. And relaxing there. That's the end of today's session. Good, thank you for joining me for today's class. I hope that you've enjoyed it. So now I'm just going to waffle on for a little bit. So I've been talking about the classes finishing for the last couple of weeks now. So just to reiterate, classes will finish on YouTube and on Facebook on the Friday the 29th of August. So I think it is the 29th. They'll all stay online, so you're welcome to reuse them as much as you like. As I said before, you're welcome to send me as many questions, queries, asking for advice as you want to from that date onwards. And I'll try and get a message out at some point regarding classes for those of you who are already clients of mine. Next Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, there is no class. So I'm going to visit my sister and my niece and nephew for a few days. So there'll be no class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I will reshare an old class and there'll be classes again Thursday, Friday of that week. So this week there'll be tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then I will pause until the following Thursday, Friday, and then we will go into the last full week of classes, which will also be the last week of August. If that doesn't make sense, please drop me a message or comment at the bottom of this video and I will try and explain it better.
I will keep talking about that all of this week so that you remember if you watch set classes on each day. Other than that, I hope you have a lovely day and week in the sunshine. Enjoy yourself, keep hydrated, sun cream, don't get too hot, and I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Take care, have a lovely day, bye-bye.